The girl looks terrified. She locks the door tight and lets out a scream full of despair. Next morning, the police find her dead body in the room. Her name is Val. Her pupils are dilated. Her face twisted in fear. No wounds at all. No one knows how she died. Amanda, her best friend and roommate, says Val received a weird package a few days ago. Since then, she keeps herself locked in her room. The cops trace the delivery. A DVD is inside the package. The footage is creepy and full of disturbing images.
You saw midnight on the third day. You died.
The officer freaks out. He's convinced he's next. They rush to the delivery center and track down an address. But the recipient, Jason, is already dead. There's a DVD on his desk too. The cops investigate the video. Turns out the hotel in it is real. 3 years ago, Val and Jason stayed there on the same night. The innkeeper says a serial killer named Jack was arrested there 5 years ago. Val and Jason were key witnesses in that case. Jack died 3 years ago. He once said in an interview,
"Even when my body perishes, my essence will continue on."
Can he actually come back from the dead to get revenge? Then they find out there's a third witness, Mark. They rush to find him. The male cop is so spooked. He even brings holy water with him. When they find Mark, he's downing vodka like crazy. He says the police forced them to identify a mentally ill guy named Collier. 3 days into his sentence, Collier kills himself, electrocuted at midnight. After that, they caught the real killer. The cop starts connecting the dots. The victims are all dying the same way at midnight.
This isn't about Nigel, it's about Collier.
Mark says Collier had a daughter called Amanda. She's Val's roommate. Right then, Amanda bursts into the dark room, holding a modified taser.
Ow! Right in my eyes!
Just in time, the cop throws holy water at her and knocks her out.
See? Told you this holy water would come in handy.
Amanda's been planning this revenge the whole time.
She used this to knock him out.
The mug?
No, the taser. It's a modified taser.
Strong enough to stop a heart, she gives Val and Jason the exact same kind of despair her dad went through in those final 3 days. The man just got a small cut on his finger. Then he was infected with a deadly virus and sprayed it onto Tim. Tim's first instinct is to slam the door shut. He had to keep Lucy safe. That's true love. Guys, soon, the health team arrived, fully suited up, and sealed off the entire room Tim was in. Inside, Tim was searching for the virus source, but when he turned around, when he came to, he saw the man panicking, trying to escape. Tim grabbed his taser and took him down, then cuffed him to the bed. Tim thought another attack was coming, but instead, the man started shaking uncontrollably, and then, he was gone. For the next 2 hours, the fear didn't stop, until the vaccine arrived. Would it actually work? No one knew. After a long night of waiting, Tim was finally cleared. He was safe, relieved. He collapsed to the floor. Lucy rushed over, worried. A rookie cop tries to arrest a suspect, but she gets stabbed in the stomach by a dirty needle. Her and her TO gets really nervous because they are in the dirtiest slum in the city. Half the city's homeless live here. It's also a spot for people who are living on the edge. No one knows what might be on that needle. Luckily, it doesn't go in too deep. TO pulls the needle out slowly. There's a little blood on the tip. The rookie starts to panic. TO stays calm and asks her,
"What's the procedure when an officer is exposed on duty?"
Collect the evidence. Bring the officer and the item to the nearest hospital.
They go to the hospital. The officer tells the nurse what happened. He asks them to fill out forms and wait for their number.
You must be new. There's no experienced nurse lets an armed cop sit with civilians. What do you think happens if someone attempts to grab her weapon?
The nurse has nothing to say. All the tests get arranged quickly, but the results will take a few hours. The rookie gets anxious. She starts to search on the internet. The officer walks over and takes her phone.
What if I get Hep C from this needle?
Then you'll be a cop with Hep C and a cut. You signed up to put your life on the line. That means your health too.
The results come back. No HIV, no hepatitis, just a bit of staph bacteria. A few days of antibiotics will clear it. A morgue ended up with an extra arm, but no one could find its owner because the body's head was also missing. Who would steal these things? A forensic doctor noticed something. The body had a replaced hip joint. If they could find the missing leg, they could use its serial number to ID the victim. But they didn't expect someone to turn this into a business. A homeless man found the leg in a dumpster and tried to sell it to the police.
$20. 5?
Even though it wasn't the right leg, the dumpster gave them an idea. So, the two officers started digging through the trash. All they found was a right foot. Just when they were about to give up, headquarters sent a message. Someone had found a right leg. They didn't have much hope, but they rushed to the scene anyway. A man said he was out for a walk when his dog found the leg in the water, but the dog wasn't giving it up. It thought the leg was its food. Luckily, John had dog treats with him.
Hey, buddy. Here you go. Easy, easy. Wow.
And surprisingly, that leg was exactly the one they were looking for. After checking the serial number, the forensic doctor confirmed the victim's identity, but the cause of death? Still a mystery. Finally, they checked the victim's phone history. It turned out, he used to make short videos with two other men, videos where they tortured animals with homemade weapons, and then cut them up. And the way they cut, it matched exactly with how the victim's body was dismembered. Once the police tracked down the location, they rushed to the hospital for an arrest, but the suspect had no plans to be taken alive. He grabbed his weapon, but
it was an accident.
What? I couldn't just stand here and do nothing.
That's really a cool mom cop. The metal rod shot up from the ground. A water pipe burst open, but the only way out was completely blocked. What should the woman do? When the police arrived at the scene, one officer was shocked. The person trapped was his own girlfriend. Without hesitation, they grabbed a cutter to slice through the floor, but just as they started cutting, a hidden trap was triggered. They had to stop immediately. Suddenly, the power went out. Water started flooding in from the broken pipe. The woman took off her coat and tried to block the leak, but it was no use. Right at that moment, the man's phone rang. A voice on the other end gave him strict orders. Leave alone. Say nothing about this call, or his girlfriend would drown. With no choice, he obeyed. He threw all his police gear into a trash can, then got into the car prepared for him. Inside, he saw a small teddy bear with a hidden camera and a phone streaming live footage of his girlfriend. Thinking fast, he tried to alert others. He swerved his car, bumping into another to get attention, but the caller noticed. To warn him, they threw a bomb into the dungeon.
Okay, stop.
The man had no choice. He gave up his plan and knocked out the driver of the other car, but as he left, he accidentally dropped a card. Meanwhile, with the extra time he had bought, the police found and disabled the sensors. They cut open the floor and reached the underground dungeon. They also found a backup generator. The woman took a deep breath and dove underwater. The dungeon exploded. Soon after, the police used the card he left behind to track down the mastermind. With a single shot, they took her down. At last, the man and woman were safe. They held each other tightly, never wanting to let go. A rookie cop knocked a little girl to the ground just to catch a thief. The girl cried out loud. Her head got hurt and started bleeding. The baby in the stroller got scared and cried nonstop too. But when the chief tried to teach the rookie a lesson, the rookie didn't listen at all. He even thought the chief was just jealous of his success. The next day, the police station got a call. Someone was robbing a bank with a gun. The chief took the rookie with him to check it out. The rookie tried to act like what he had seen on TV shows, wanting to rush in and save the hostages. But the chief told him, right now, they needed to wait for backup. All they could do was try to talk the robbers into giving up. So the chief and his old partner went in quietly and told the rookie to stay. The chief sneaked closer to the bad guys. The hostages helped point the way. Soon, the chief was standing right next to the robbers. He used his gun and kind words to ask them to stop and do the right thing. Surprisingly, the robbers listened. They let the hostages go and even put down their guns. But right at that moment, the rookie cop rushed in. The robbers got scared and started shooting. The chief had to shoot to stop them. A bullet flew right past the rookie's ear. He stood there, frozen with fear. When they got back to the station, the rookie said sorry to the chief. He finally understood that being a cop was really dangerous, and sometimes you could almost lose your life. He handed his resignation letter to the chief and said goodbye to the station. Did you ever want to be a police officer when you were little?